Freight cars can cause lots of trouble for the engines on Sodor. They can cause confusion, delay, and even worse, derailments and crashes. None of the engines are happy to work with freight cars. Only engines like Salty, Edward, and sometimes Thomas can keep freight cars in order. One day, Thomas was excited. Sir Topham Hatt and Lady Hatt were coming to Farquhar to have a special dinner before going on holiday to the mainland near the Bluebell Railway. Thomas was hoping it would be him who got to deliver them to the station, but Sir Topham Hatt had other ideas. "Today, Thomas, I need you to pull some coal cars from the coaling plant and fill the bunkers on your branch line. After that, you will deliver the freight cars to the yard. You must do this before James brings Lady Hatt and myself to Farquhar Station for our dinner before we are taken to the mainland." Thomas was disappointed. James was going to do his desired job, and he was stuck delivering coal across his line. It felt like a fall from grace. James was delighted, and he set off feeling very pleased with himself. Thomas steamed sulkily to the coaling plant. His freight cars were waiting for him, shunted into place by Emily. "Here you go, Thomas." "Huh! I should be taking Sir Topham Hatt and Lady Hatt to Farquhar. It is my branch line after all." "Can't win them all, Thomas. And besides, Sir Topham Hatt probably chose you because you can handle freight cars better than James." Thomas didn't care. He didn't want to pull freight cars today of all days. Thomas was soon on his way onto his branch line. He delivered coal to the bunkers, but he was so cross that he didn't even whistle hello to the passengers waving him by. The freight cars initially moved slowly, but Thomas was still so cross that when he stopped at the first two bunkers, he biffed and bumped them when he stopped roughly. This made them very cross. "Hey, Thomas, back!" Thomas was in such an angry state that he didn't hear them. James was at Farquhar Station. He had dropped off Sir Topham Hatt and Lady Hatt and was waiting for them to finish their dinner before bringing them to Ulfstead Castle for Caitlin to take them to the mainland. He didn't like waiting, but still felt proud and important. Thomas, on the other hand, was heading for trouble. He was slowing down to deliver more coal at Elsbridge Junction when his freight car suddenly biffed him forward. "On! On! On!" Thomas was shoved forward so forcefully that his driver snapped his brake lever by accident. Now Thomas was coasting along the branch line. "Faster! Faster!" Luckily, Thomas was going at a fair speed and not a dangerous pace. But the freight cars were pushing him towards James at the next station and the end of the line, and there was no way for him to stop. Sir Topham Hatt and Lady Hatt were just returning to their special coach when they heard Thomas's whistle. "Topham, look!" "Oh no!" Luckily, the Cinnamon saw the situation, and he switched Thomas onto a siding that ended in a set of buffers. Phew! James and Lady Hatt were very relieved too, but Sir Topham Hatt was very cross. "Thomas, what do you think you're doing?" "I'm sorry, sir. I was upset that I had to pull coal cars instead of taking you and Lady Hatt to your tea on my own branch line, so I was rough with freight cars, and they made my brake lever snap." "I chose you to do this job, Thomas, because you can handle freight cars. But today, you have caused confusion and delay. When I return from my holiday, I expect you to be really useful again. Yes, sir. Soon, Thomas was at the steamworks having his lever repaired. And Sir Topham Hatt and Lady Hatt boarded Caitlin's coach to the mainland. Thomas was really useful once fixed. He helped Bertie deliver passengers when he overheated. He delivered Terence to plow the fields at Shen Valley. And he delivered supplies for Harold at the Search and Rescue Center. Everyone thought Thomas was a really useful engine again. And he kept any freight cars he had to work with in order. Sir Topham Hatt and Lady Hatt had a wonderful time on the Bluebell Railway. Soon, they returned to Sodor, and Thomas took them home. I hear from my mother that you have been really useful while we were gone, Thomas. Well done. Thank you, sir. And he tooted out of the station to take the Hatts home.